Hello people, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a matchup of two of my favorite UFC fighters to ever fight. Islam Makhachev versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. The two training partners from the mountains of Dagestan. Two of the hardest individuals to ever throw down in the cage. Now obviously this matchup would never happen because they're like brothers, but let's take a look at this and see what I think the outcome of this fight would be. A quick look at the tail of the tape, but these dudes are quite literally the same person twice, except they're both listed at 5'10", but I don't believe that. I've seen photos of these guys where I believe Islam is an inch or two taller, so I think maybe Khabib is more like 5'9", Islam might be like 5'10 and a half, 5'11". Same reach. We're going to take them 29 and 29, I suppose, age-wise. I think Islam is probably the bigger guy, the bigger build, the stronger guy. I mean, they're not to scale, but if you look at these two pictures, I mean, Islam is definitely the more built guy. And yeah, but other than that, they're basically the same dude twice. If you blink, you could literally think they're the same person. Alright, well, let's move on now to Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov. Now, take a look at his record. You're not going to find a loss. 29-0. My personal favorite fighter of all time. Wins against Ally Quinta for the title. I mean, could have been better, but that's what he got. And then the 3-fight title defense streak of Conor, Dustin, and Justin, in my opinion, is one of the better ever 3-title run. And it definitely cements him as the current lightweight GOAT. For sure. But Charles gets close on that if he can get the title back from Islam. Now in a couple of weeks, he could be very close to passing. Alrighty, now we'll look at Islam Makhachev. For now, that's Khabib's 24-1. And the only time he's lost is getting absolutely chinned if Islam beats Charles Martinez, and has that was Charles 2015 and Volk. Been undefeated Islam since then. Leapfrogs Charles. Wins over Volk, Charles, October 20th, Dan Hooker, if he does it. Drew Dober, Arman Sarukian's not a bad win. But that being said, we're going to focus on Volk and Charles. There's nothing really to say about Habib's record. I mean, there's a lot to say. But you know what I mean? He's undefeated. He's never lost. A couple of weeks from the time maybe I'm recording this, what you could say. The first Charles 3 or 4 rounds maximum in his career. Beat him up on the feet. Just cleaner striking, Habib, dominant, just made Charles look uncomfortable. Really strong wrestler in the second round. Okay, immediately passed his guard. Really locked up the arm. Wet blanket wrestler, made him tap 27 times. Could submit you, vicious ground and pound. That was a, he'll very get on top of you and talk to you. I scored 3-2 Islam. I could see 3-2 Volk. So, Habib, a savage. We all know that. Let's move on. But in that Volk fight, Islam Makhachev, to stand in there with Volk and win a lot of those striking exchanges, really did hold his own with, you could argue, the best striker in MMA right now, Alexander Volkanovski. It's impressive, and with his, Dagestani wrestling, sambo, judo, hip throw, I don't know, bars, I don't fucking know, with all that, he's dangerous, man. He really is. I could see him now going on a run, beating Charles again now, and just becoming the greatest lightweight of all time, for sure. I could definitely see it happening. Alrighty, well, let's move on now to Khabib's path to victory. He could out-wrestle and out-pressure. I don't know if I could see him hitting Islam on the feet with anything. When talking about Islam's path to victory, I just think Islam's the better technical in my opinion, it's a little easier to do. So I think you'd have to out-wrestle him, get him down, to give away the hurt him with some hard, who I know Khabib ground and pound would come out on top in this matchup. But try to find a submission. Islam could
outstrike
whether it's,
Khabib,
stuff
try
him
to
to
lock
take up
down
an
or
arm,
even
get a Kimura,
catch Khabib
or
coming in for
try
the
to take his
takedown,
back and get a rear
Islam
naked
is
choke.
very well timed striker,
Other than that, I
very
don't
good
know
counter
what he
striker.
could do. Like maybe
And
because they'd both be
I just
so
think
hesitant about
Khabib
each
could
other's takedowns,
shoot
maybe
in for a
clip
single
him on
leg or
the
a
feet
double leg, even though he likes to do a lot of
and follow him to the
judo
ground
and sambo
for
throws
a
and stuff
submission
like
or
that.
ground
I
and
think he
pound
could shoot
finish.
in for a
But
takedown and get
I
caught by
think
Islam.
Habib might have the
He would definitely have
the
to
slight
either outpoint him to a
advantage
decision,
in like
being,
pure,
again, the better
I guess, like
striker,
wrestling
or
talent and like
hurt him on the feet, or take him down
sambo,
himself
judo
and find a
skill
submission.
and like
'Cause
just
in my eyes,
just
Khabib
knowledge
wasn't
of
really
balance and stuff like
chinny.
that. But
I mean,
like
he's been
strength,
hit, but like the dude never
I think
bled.
submission
Wasn't knocked
grappling.
down.
I
mean,
think
he
on the
his
feet.
chin was solid.
I think
I mean,
all
I don't
that
think
favors
Islam's a very, very good
Islam Makhachev.
striker, but like he's not.
So that being
You
said,
know,
let's move
a
on
Conor
to
or McGregor
Islam's
on the
path
feet,
to
and
victory.
Khabib didn't get knocked out there, so I don't even think he is a Dustin Poirier on the feet, and he didn't get knocked out there. So I think you'd have to find a submission, or just 50-45 him by just being a better striker and an equal wrestler. And he would just have to, if he hurt Khabib and made him tired, just kept beating him up and beating him up, maybe he gets like a ground and pound finish, because both of these guys are so lethal in the ground and pound. But I could see that too, but less likely. The most likely scenario in this fight is probably like a 50-45 or 49-46 decision Islam's way. So, that being said, how I think this fight will go, I'm going to take Islam Makhachev by 49-46 decision, unanimously. I mean, who fucking cares if it's unanimously? If it's 49-46, it's going to be unanimous. I don't know, I see him neutralizing the wrestling of Khabib. He's a better striker, better counter striker. He's just more crisp. I think neither of them use kicks as much as they probably should, but I think Islam's the better kicker. And I don't know, I just think Islam has many more paths to victory, I think, than Khabib. And it's just a classic, passing of the guard. New generation is going to be better than the old generation type of thing. It's how it is. Islam is just a more well-rounded Dagestani fighter. He doesn't just have the wrestling, and Khabib didn't just have the wrestling. I mean, he definitely had his time with his hands, but for the most part, that's all he had. It's just wet blanket wrestling and amazing ground and pound. So yeah, all that being said, I got a Islam by decision in this matchup. Guys, if you liked the video, check out some of the other videos on my channel. Drop a like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Go sleep.